really love it. We have amazing audiences on CMC app, but also on Twitter, on Facebook, all of those. So I really appreciate this opportunity. And also for you guys, if you can help me here, because I want to say thank you to Gab and to Jonathan, because they protect me. They look after all the tech side of things. I don't have to worry about it at all. I just get on the podcast, talk about the market, and that's why you guys make it so much easier for me. So yeah, thank you very much.
No worries, Alice. Always here to make that happen, and I'm
Things
glad.
I don't
I'm
have
glad
to
that I could.
worry about it at all. I just get on the
So
podcast,
it's quite
talk
good.
about the market, and
Good. And I was actually just like I got a couple hiccups here just because I was listening to you while listening to you on another screen just for you to have an idea. But right now I think it's all good. So it's time for us to kick things off and officially get things started here on the weekly crypto forecast. So without any further ado, I want to ask what's up for all the CMC fam here. A warm welcome to all the DJs, farmers, day traders, like hodlers. No matter what you are in the space, you are now listening, and some are also watching the weekly crypto forecast by CoinMarketCap here on CMC. I'm your host, Gabriel Zani, and with me, Alice, CMC's research lead, officially introduced it now. So I have to ask you again, how is it going, Alice?
Yeah, I'm doing well, doing really well, especially seeing the market is pumping back up again. So I'm very happy.
I think as you are happy, I'm happy, and most of our audience here probably is very happy as well. The ones that are not happy probably don't have enough bags. And I can tell for sure that always when the market pumps, even if just a little bit, I always keep asking myself, why didn't I buy more during the dip? But anyways, that's how crypto life works. And as usual, we're going to cover everything here from narratives to catalysts. We got everything covered, and you can catch us live every Monday here on the CMC app. You just turn on your notifications and you won't miss any of the lives because we will let you know as soon as this show gets started. And if you do miss it, no worries. All episodes are waiting for you here on the CMC Live Hub on CoinMarketCap desktop, web version, and also on the app. You just go to coinmarketcap.com/community/lives and you'll find us there. But also, in case you miss it, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, no matter where you like to listen to your shows, we're there as well. But Alice, let's kick things off then. How bullish are you feeling with this like green candles popping up on the charts this week?
Yeah, I'm feeling very optimistic because we're approaching the end of September, guys, finally. And you know what is coming up, October, which is going to be a very good month for us. But before any of that speculations, I would like to take a look at the market. Right now, as we speak, the total crypto market cap is just slightly shy of 4 trillion USD at 3.93 trillion USD, and the 24-hour trade volume is up a bit at 161 billion USD. The market is active, but not at its full shape, as we can see that the liquidity, the volume is not quite back up yet. That said, the CMC Crypto Fair and Greed Index right now is giving me a 39, so we're still in the orange fair zone, which is I would say this is a good setup at the moment because given BTC right now is at 114,153 USD, that's up 3.8% for the past 24 hours. It's actually setting the tone quite right for us for a 39 fair zone of the fair and great index. But last week was a bit of a scary time for us because we did have CMC Crypto Fair and Great Index deep as low as 32. So we entered the deep of the orange zone, but now bouncing back a little bit. And when it comes to altcoin season, right now it's at a 64 out of 100. So we're retrieving back a bit from last week on the altcoin season. But as we are saying that Ethereum is pumping back up again, and a few other alts are coming up, it's gonna push the altcoin season a bit higher for us. And if we look across the board for the top performers last week, giving a shout out to MYX Finance, that's up 70% for the past 7 days. Plasma is ranked number 2 among the top 100 projects for 58.5% up for the past 7 days. Zcash, another 45%. Aster up another 42%. Mental up another 17%. Those are the top 5 biggest gainers for last week among the top 100 projects. We do have things to say about Plasma and Aster, so definitely stay tuned towards the later mid part of this podcast. We're going to go through those trending projects one by one. And that said, if we look at the big guys in the market, I've already gone through BTC. We're seeing a very strong momentum for the past few hours about the price pump. Apart from that, Ether is not doing bad either. It's finally up 4K again, 4,195 at the moment. That's up about 4% for the past 24 hours. XRP is having great momentum, 2.9. It is coming back up a bit again. So that's about 4% up for the past 24 hours. BNB is coming up at 1,000 mark again, 1,019 USD. Solana 213, that's up about 5% for the past 24 hours. Across the board, we're seeing the market coming back up again with all this alts pumping. Remember, it's going to be a very big week, very big few weeks coming into October with the XRP, with Solana, with a few other altcoin ETFs getting a decision from the SEC. So yeah, the market is setting up quite well for what we have to expect coming up into October.
100%. And Alice, I could feel on your voice the will, or like you just wanted so much to tell that ETFs are going to get approved. And I feel that on you. That's the same feeling on my end, the same feeling on everyone's end. Like when we say the ETFs are getting a decision. Yes, it's a decision. We still don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully it gets approved. And because we know kind of like that this is going to be big because of many reasons. I believe the first one is that, I mean, Uptober is here, as you mentioned. Like, so we know that usually, if we look back in history, BTC, and not just BTC, but the whole crypto market actually performs well in October. It is going to be like this, we don't know, but we do expect that it's going to just at least be similar to what past history has been telling us. So we expect, yes, BTC to do good, but we are not 100% sure about it. ETFs, same thing. We expect them to be approved for sure. Can we like completely, I mean, fell out of the chair and just like have ETFs being rejected? Yes, it can happen, but we hope that all the stars align and that we have October here as we usually do, plus with steroids, let's say, because of the ETFs getting approved. So yes, that's, I mean, the bullish scenario. We do have a very bearish scenario as well, but let's not go there because the markets are in green today, and I believe that's how it's going to stick for, I mean, the whole month of October. At least that's what I hope for. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But I definitely could tell that, I mean, you were just like, hey, let's get these ETFs out of the way as soon as we can because I want to see the market run. Was that the feeling?
Yeah, definitely. And also historically, if we look at the past performance for the past 10 years or so, October has consistently giving us on average about a 21% uplift on BTC, and let alone the alts. And normally, if we go into an altcoin season, things pump up even more than BTC. So I do feel there is a very big momentum building up for us.
Hopefully so. That's what we aim for. That's what we strive for. And let's see if BTC can help us to continue on that. But that said, Alice, there were a lot of things that took place in the last couple of days and things that are going to still happen in the upcoming ones that we need to cover here, starting with stuff related to FTX. There were people like even tweeting from jail. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, tell us all about FTX. Update everything that you can on that side for us.
Yeah, for sure. So as we are approaching end of September, we are going to see FTX pay additional 1.6 billion USD to creditors in the third bankruptcy distribution at the end of September. So if you guys remember, the bankruptcy plan finalized in October 2024, this involves more than 15 billion in recovered assets. The latest payment will cover both the convenience class and non-convenience class of the exchange creditors. So the so-called convenience class, this typically includes the majority of FTX creditor bases, so up to 99% for the likes of retail traders, small creditors, while the non-convenience class refers to larger or more complex claims. So FTX first two distributions were designed to allow retail users of the exchange to recover roughly 120% of their account balances as of November 2022. That's when FTX declared bankruptcy. Nonetheless, I know some people are expressing disappointment because, given the market rebounded since the pandemic era bear market lows, the cash payout from the FTX estate are worth far less than what their crypto assets would have been valued today had they not been liquidated. So I guess the good news is the third payment is coming out. The bad news is, yes, you are getting 120% of the November 2022 values compared with today. That's such a massive difference, to be honest.
It is for sure, Alice, and just interesting to see all that unfolding. But yeah, I think that the thing that I was mentioning about was just like, I mean, SBF just tweeting stuff from there, just like, I mean, making something on his Twitter, just like sparked like some, of course, tokens to move a little bit as well during the week. And I think all the DJs here saw that movement happen, and just like, as we have covered this like many times already, as you said, this is the third bankruptcy distribution. Like we covered this in the first two as well. Just hope that everything clears out here. I do know a couple, I mean, quite a few people actually that were harmed by this FTX issue. Not your keys, not your coins. I think that is an old saying in crypto, so make sure to make the best out of that and know what you're doing. I think that's the most important thing, and that's my takeaway. And it has it always been since everything that took place with FTX. Hopefully, we don't see anything like this happening again in the future. I mean, we saw Mt. Gox, for example, happening a long time ago. Then we saw FTX. Hopefully, that nothing like that happens again in the space. But I know you have more to unpack there. You're talking about not just macro stuff, but other things as well. So please go ahead and tell us all about it now that you have updated all of us that have been harmed by FTX on what's going to take place next.
Yeah, so just I think it's worth mentioning a little bit how the industry has moved on since 2022 November. Just a few quick looking back of the
Let's
prices,
do it. I
guys.
love that. A little bit of context, a little bit of
Yes.
history,
So
prices. Bring it to us, Alice.
let's see. Okay, November 2022. Gosh, that was Bitcoin back then at this is as of 1st of November 2022 price $17,168.
Wow.
17K BTC, guys. And then we have Ethereum, Ether back then at 1.3K. Well, I mean, compared with now, it's not that massive for what BTC has done. Solana, so back then was $14, guys. $14. XRP 0.41 USD. That's XRP back then. Doge 0.084 back then. That is November 2022 price for us. And just imagine how long of a way the industry has come, like for the past only barely 3 years. That's some amazing progress we've seen, and also some of these big projects that you're saying that are part of the FTX core bankruptcy estate. You can check all of them, by the way, on CoinMarketCap. There's a category called FTX bankruptcy estate, and you can check all of those projects there. Still, given how fast the industry moves on, I think it makes us appreciate the value of holding large cap coins. Yes, we chase the new narratives in the market, like plasma, like Aster, like humidify, and all of those. Of course, that's why we have this podcast. But also build your core allocation to the big projects. I don't think I need to emphasize that more now for how much we've said it.
No, for sure you don't need Alice. And do you remember 2 weeks ago when we were talking about that barbecue where I told my friends to buy some soul back in the day? That was around that price range right there that you mentioned, Solana, sitting around $14 by the time. And I do remember like looking at BTC at that point in time and telling myself, this is the chance I've been asking for so long. I'm going to go all in, and I definitely don't. I mean, don't second guess that thought. And I'm thanking my old self for doing that at the time. I believe that it's one of the most important things is having guts to do the things when people are. I mean, when the markets are crying or the markets are red and bleeding, that's where when you have the opportunity to make the best out of it. That's the reality. Has been like that for a long time, and I don't think that is going to change. Has been like that on Tradify. It's like that in crypto as well. So whenever there are dips, you need to make sure to understand what are your perspective on things, which are the most like concise plays that you can do and that you have confidence that you can do in order to benefit from it in the future, and just go for it. That's kind of like how I think the mindset should be for a thing like that. That said, I want to shout out a couple people in the audience before we jump into the next topic here, Alice, because the chat here is moving fast today. So shout out to Baki. I see the 100 family as always here. I don't know, bro, also making his Mark here on the live chat. I also see Bam Bam here dropping some nuggets and dropping some opinions. Mac Willie, same thing on his end. USDC win as well. The fun thing about USDC win is because this is his display name, but his username is actually